Once known as the ultimate girls' code in Kenyan's entertainment scene, Morin actress Dorea, Mylee'S, and Karosoni were the definition of sisterhood goals. Laughing together, partying together, supporting each other online and offline. But now, silence, unfollows, deleted pictures, cryptic captions, and fans asking, what really happened between these four? From subtle shade to public drama, loyalty questioned and possible betrayal. This is not just your ordinary girl fallout. This is the unraveling of sisterhood that had the internet rooting for them. So grab your popcorn because in this video, we dive deep into the juicy details, the hidden clues, and the unspoken tensions that tore these celebrity friendships apart. Before their fallout, the four ladies shared a genuine friendship from what they used to show on camera. The co-crew started with Dorea and Mylee'S. They had been friends for years, bonding over shared experiences. Did you know that Dorea and Wisdom used to date? And still, Mylee'S became friends with now Dorea, despite her being her then boyfriend's ex, as it was alleged. If you're not familiar with this name, Wisdom is a gospel singer and former manager of Bahati. But despite all these twists, their friendship still remained thick. They collaborated on YouTube, attending events together and supporting each other's entrepreneurial journeys. Morin and Karosoni were also friends. As they say, their friendship started way before either of them became famous. With the two pairs, Dorea with Mylee'S and Morin with Soni, when the four met, it was easier to bond and they quickly started co-hosting a vibe-filled podcast, plus casual hangouts and business activities. Given that each of them had numbers on all social media platforms, and with influence from each of them, they all participated in each other's growth. With time, they were an official quartet, appearing together in podcasts, videos, public events, and major milestones like Karo's move into her new home, and even shared heartfelt confessionals on stage. Their bond felt real, personal, and public. They even kept assuring their fans that they wouldn't break up their friendship. So, by the time the world tuned in for the girl gang energy, they weren't just collaborators. They were friends who laughed, cried, built businesses, supported vlogs, and lived life together. That's what made the fallout much more shocking. Just when we thought the sisterhood could never crack, the seismic signs began. First, Dorea left the squad and none of them ever mentioned anything about her being suddenly distant. And now, they were left three of them, Mylee'S, Morin, and Karosoni. They kept assuring their fans that just because they were not creating videos together as they did before, didn't mean they'd stopped being friends. And that's when the trio began. Dorea, on the other hand, never addressed the issues or the rumors. Although it is alleged that Dorea left the squad because she was involving them a lot on her YouTube channel, despite it being for her family, as the name suggests, the Bulls family. Still, Dorea never said anything. Did DJ The Bull feel left out or cut off from the YouTube channel? That she never clarified. Shockingly, they never created another video together or seen hanging out like they used to do before, not even with Mylee'S, who she was friends with even before the squad formed. Fans also noted that Dorea no longer invited them to her functions, like her baby shower. Even in events they were invited, they were not even seen greeting each other. It's like she completely cut them off and that they were not in good terms and neither of them wanted to confront the issue online. Dorea stunned fans by quietly distancing herself from the squad first and following Mylee'S and the rest. It was a move so subtle yet so seismic that it set the rumor mills churning. Some fans expressed heartbreak and confusion, others leaned into sympathy, interpreting the split as inevitable burnout. In life, sometimes you just need space. Mylee'S later reflected, maybe we'll rebuild someday. Yet, not all reactions were tender, some onlookers were critical. They accused the squad of being more photo op than family, calling it one-sided and a friendship built on appearances, not authenticity. With Dorea now out of the picture, all eyes turned to the three who remained, Morin actress, Mylee'S, and Karosoni. At first, fans hoped the trio would survive. They appeared strong, committed, still showing up on podcasts, laughing on camera and keeping the vibe alive. But behind the smiles, things were clearly falling apart. The final blow came during a video that was supposed to be just another friendly sit-down, but turned into the most emotional and exposing episode they had ever filmed. In it, Carol and Mylee called out Morin for what they claimed was lack of energy, poor dressing styles, and vibes that weren't just matching their brand anymore. They didn't hold back. Mylee bluntly said, "Sometimes you don't look lively. We want people to watch and want to come back." Carol echoed her concerns, adding, "If any one of us is not okay, we can't make money. It affects all of us." And while they called it tough love, Morin's face said it all. She tried to stay strong but eventually broke down in front of the cameras. Tears rolled down her face as she opened up about feeling unseen and judged. "I'm doing my best," she whispered through the tears. But the moment was already too raw. The pain was real and the sisterhood clearly strained. That moment shook fans, not just because Morin cried, but because it exposed something deeper, a lack of empathy, a friendship that had turned into pressure, expectations, and performance. After that video, things went quiet. No more joint uploads, no more girls' night, no matching captions or mutual tags. The trio dissolved just like that, with one emotional conversation that revealed everything they had been hiding behind the cameras. And for fans who had watched them laugh, grow, and build together, this was the painful confirmation. The sisterhood wasn't just cracked, it was broken. Now the burning question, was Morin actress the emotional victim caught under the spotlight, or was she the catalyst behind the fallout? The viral broadcast episode, The Last Public Moment with the Trio, revealed a raw encounter. Morin broke down in tears when Carol and Mylee called her out for looking off-brand, dressing more casually than usual, and lacking energy on camera. They framed their critique as tough love, saying they don't mean anything bad, but her presentation was affecting their collective brand. Yet, Morin's reaction was not only emotional. Though heartfelt, it was also defensive. She pleaded, "I never meant to give you guys a bad video," asserting that she had been working hard. Their words hurt not just her image but her heart. And it wasn't the first time Carol and Mylee had called her out. A past prank at her clothing shop had left Morin in tears as they jokingly accused her of having a sponsor that someone else funded her success. Once again, she had to defend the authenticity of her hustle. The woods ran deeper. So, was Morin unfairly pressured, or was she too sensitive, unable to handle the honest feedback? Some fans rallied behind her saying, "Those are not your friends, they are fake and not supportive." Others argued that the feedback was valid. Real friends tell you bitter truth. During an interview, Mylee was questioned about what happened to the trio because since the video with Morin, they never collaborated again. Mylee insisted that they didn't stop being friends and that it was a pause to reflect on personal journeys. She insisted that despite them not making videos together, they were still friends. It's just that the cameras weren't roaring as much as they used to do before. Recently, Karosoni hit the unfollow button on Morin actress. That single tap echoed louder than any spoken word, a public declaration that something inside that friendship had broken beyond repair. Not long after, the unfollow was mutual. Morin hit back with her own follow button, then silence. No likes, no comments, no more story tags, just void. This mutual unfollow wasn't just about Instagram. It was the social media equivalent of slamming the door. To fans who cracked every joint post, every shared vlog, it felt like an end of an era. And then came the commentary. Critics calling it petty, others saying it might have been overdue. Supporters of Morin argued it was overdue redemption, an emotional break was needed. Others saw it as toxic escalation. Regardless of perspective, it was a defining moment. The friendship that once flourished in public feeds, full of warmth and unity, had now evaporated into a cold digital void. And that was the final snapshot. The unfollow button, a powerful symbol that these two best friends were no more. From best friends to strangers, what began as a sisterhood that inspired many has now crumbled in plain sight. Was it pride, miscommunication, or simply outgrowing each other? We may never get the full truth. But one thing's for sure, the internet never forgets, and neither do the fans who watched it all unfold. Thanks for watching Film Extra, where the tea is hot and the stories are real. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts below and subscribe for more untold celebrity drama.